on, or was that recording?
It's recording. Red light.
Yep, that's recording.
You go blinky.
What do you think? Could Shaheen refurb these seats?
I'm sure he could. Now, if he would, or will he? There's another. And the doors.
I think I'm better off taking those to like a place that does awnings, is what a lot of people say.
I wonder if the place in Portland will specialize in like soft top repair. And maybe like with Jeeps and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all fabric.
It's all canvas. Canvas and vinyl. Water.
Yeah, I already took a peek at your driver's seat.
Mm-hmm.
A little damp.
Mm-hmm. Good news is. Ta-da!
Fixed.
Nice dry driver's seat. Alright, no clutch, so reverse. First gear.
Gonna warm it up first, or just? I guess it'll. How you drive it, right?
I'm gonna warm it up a bit. I'm gonna have to shut it off to.
Clean some of these spiders out of here.
Alright, 10 seconds of glow. Fire it right up.
over here. You want to place bets on how long this thing's going to sit here before it drives again?
No.
Okay.
That's a terrible idea.
This may have been the last time you've driven it. You get to drive it in like 6 months probably.
We'll see. Probably though. The goal is to have it done by MogFest this year, assuming that's back on and COVID's done for.
Yeah, assuming there's a MogFest this year.
They actually did have one in 2020.
Like a secret, yeah, they had like a...
Well, they canceled it publicly, but they knew not everyone reads that, and they just show up at that time of year anyway.
Yeah.
So they still had like 30 people. Everyone was safe and social distanced.
I was going to say, it is a gigantic field.
It is. There's a lot of room to spread out. All right. It's in. I can park the truck back in its spot back there now.
Yeah, undercover.
Undercover. Under pressure. Don't sing too much of that. I'll get copyright claimed.
We're all about that money.
I ain't doing this for free.
I am. This will come off for a second.
Backwards to clear the steering column, unless I want to undo the steering column from the chassis.
You're the boss.
We'll figure it out when we get there.
I mean, we can just hacksaw everything off, right?
Not wrong.
Steering column needs to be cut at some point, but I gotta make that a little more precise. So, my vote is we start with this mechanism. You know, not like it must have part of it. That's just I did both out. I really wish I didn't roll with small wrenches. This is full. Well, I tried for a little bit. This is 6. That's spinning boost. We just crank off the stop line, and it'll be a... Oh boy, I got a lot of cutting. There's the goggles. Stay out. Oh, my oil pressure gauge. I need to undo that.
Do we label any of these? Do you care?
No, it's
all
all
getting
getting redone.
With my fancy waterproof connectors.
Painless harness. Just getting a generic painless harness. Make it easy.
It's warm. It's just warm enough to like be
Oh,
comfortable.
look at that. Maybe the water. Maybe the.
I've got one spare one at the very least.
I'm just saying, make it all mechanical. Just put an actual valve and put like copper running through the seats.
That'd kind of suck if it failed.
The valve or the seats?
The seat, the copper in the seat.
Nah, that won't fail.
How'd you burn your ass?
Steam. From
Or
what?
you just
The engine.
have a really funny like zigzag burn like on your backside.
Okay, I need that real quick. Go get the. Move up the main switch back here.
Let me untie the reservoir tank. This untie the reservoir tank may just turn into cut the reservoir tank.
That's fine too.
Want the head off? I'll make it easier. At some point, those tool parts will be cleaned off, and that's what we use with the tools. Maybe the markers.
You know what? Here's the rest of the stuff I've taken off. All in there.
You have tape and markers? Like tape them together? Do you not care?
We don't care. Most of the bolts we're taking out are miscellaneous stuff.
We're gonna cut back to this clip in like 6 months' time. As we're do we care? No, we don't care. God damn it! Where's the?
At some point, I'll probably just order a metric bolt set. Yeah. Just to have. Yep.
So do we engine? I don't even know. Do you think the bar where the window goes across the top would be? It seems kind of flimsy. We could just chain the front end though to the engine hoist.
Yeah.
And then you and I lift the back up either side.
I'd rather use the lift arms because we gotta go up all the way over the column.
Oh, that's right. No, so we're just putting the lift arms and
Yeah.
rolling the.
I'll just roll the
front to
truck
back.
back and forth.
You roll your truck back and forth.
I roll my truck back and forth.
Pretty much just you roll it into position.
There's a few more things to do.
No, we roll it right into position.
I gotta disconnect the brake reservoir.
You cut the brake reservoir.
Unbolt it from the footwell at least. And I gotta undo the oil pressure line. That's
You mean cut
mechanical.
the oil pressure line?
No, because those are AN lines that I spent a lot of money on. So I think I'll just do it right there and just throw a rag on each end.
Did you do it the proper way and bleed the lines before hooking them up to the gauge?
Sure. The fact that it jumps straight to 90 psi, I think the line's fine. And for anybody wondering, the OM617 cold idle 80 psi is completely normal. Because AN is all 16ths.
You don't have your AN wrenches?
Fuck no.
I have mine, not with me.
Those are expensive.
Yeah, they are.
I don't have the money for that.
Freaking aluminum wrenches. To be fair, you're not working with black fittings like I was either, so.
We don't even have AN wrenches at work. And that's aviation.
I went in to buy them at the speed shop, and the guy's like, nobody buys these. He goes, people should. The chrome fittings, it don't matter, because if you scratch up the chrome a little bit, it doesn't stand out, but the black fittings, the second you touch them with anything else, they get a shiny spot. Somewhere, jeez.
I got lucky and saw it.
Flathead.
Where do I put that?
Tape it to the
Find tape.
I'm gonna grab my drink.
Where's tape? Down tape. That handle is coming out. See if I can wrestle it out. Knocking the body off. That was easier than putting it in the first time. Okay. That's kind of it.
Temperature gauge?
Yeah, that's just wiring. I can just disconnect it.
Oh, it's not a full. Oh, that's right. It's a. Let's see. I put the lead for that on this probe.
Oh, but that does go through the harness. So I'll disconnect the stuff. Oh, why did I think that was a good idea? We use ring terminals. It's threaded on, not bullet connectors or
I was gonna say
just
because
spades.
usually temperature gauges are a solid unit.
Too big. Too small.
It's gonna be funny because even with the cab off and everything disconnected, the motor will just run still like.
Yeah. Because mechanical.
Bolt some bucket seats to the frame and
I've seen that done before. Alright, there. You need to disconnect the fuel gauge. Didn't make the hole big enough to feed it back through.
just cut them.
Yeah.
You probably honestly cut all of them. Other than the temperatures.
It's all gonna get redone anyway. So that's engine. Throttle cable. That needs to come off.
You want it off of the.
Yeah,
This
we'll just take it off that end. Well, actually, do this.
It's already. Mine's a little bolt.
That'll probably get redone too. Doomsday Diesel, who does the turbo stuff for this engine, also has a really nice Jeep throttle cable conversion bracket, so I'll switch to that.
Sweet.
Just a little more polished and refined
Yeah.
than this. It works for what I needed. See, that bolt needs to come off for the glow plug relay. The glow plug relay will also get replaced with one that's not so sketchy. Who knows, I might even wire in the factory Mercedes one out of the car.
Do like a timed one.
Well, that's what the factory one is. It actually, there's 2 temperature sensors on this side of the head.
Oh, so it tells you if it needs a long one or a short one.
Yep.
And then you just plug a light to it so you know when it turns off. Or,
Yep. All the factory wiring's there for that.
yeah. Something tells me we might be picking up like a Mercedes sedan without a diesel sedan with like a blown motor or something.
No, we'll pick up the diesel stand running for a spare motor.
You can call the wiring harness and everything out of it.
Yep. Let's sell this shell to somebody that wants to do an LS swap.
Did you watch that Vice Grip Garage that I sent you? The one that he fabs the bumpers on the race car?
I think so, yeah.
The Buddy? He had the Dune car, the Mercedes like rally car thing.
Yep.
That was cool.
Okay, and this vacuum line to the boost gauge. Phillips. Alright, you want to do it four. The easy way. That's not where those go. Okay. Now that is officially all of the wiring undone, except for that one, which also goes to the fuel tank. It is now undone also. Looking underneath, nothing else is attached to the body. Okay. I think that's it.
You roll it back.
Roll back, see if we can get the lip arms anywhere near where we need them. Okay. Neutral, rear wheel drive, brake off. I don't think they're very happy out in the rain.
Colt.
Colt doesn't.
I saw him just
Baxter-
laying in the
Baxter, I
rain.
don't think he's having as good a time now.
It's fine. We can almost just freaking
Almost.
keep hope.
Yep. Okay. Backwards. Alright, so my brakes need a little more adjustment.
We'll go past the front ones and send the front ones out.
Yep. I need a little. Actually, this supposed to be right there.
Well, I can't get to it. I can't.
We can lift it up more.
Okay. Then yeah, that.
It's not like the cab is heavy enough to tilt the whole lift backwards. And if we took the bumper off, we could get it under the corners up here. If we rolled it back a little further. I don't think the bumper is going to be difficult to take off.
That will probably be good with an air gun.
19 mil. 19 mil. It's on the inside.
You have 10% battery remaining.
That's fine. I can power it. That thing that does the microphone is also a splitter, so it'll still plug in. It will not. So I should have put that on the other side. All right, hold. A little bit of air tool oil. A couple drops.
I was gonna say some Amazon air or
AMSOIL. AMSOIL air tool, only the best. And everybody else is laughing at me going, why did you spend so much money on garbage? Because I like it. Just like we like GameStop. Is that a different size? Or is it just tucked up in there? It's just tucked in there.
Might need to use the sun to the bottom. Yeah. Well, the bottom one. want to over tighten this when it's cracked.
Yeah.
The wiring before I take this last one off. Oh, okay. Check.
Check.
I see someone already did.
or anything else touching. That's what I was looking at. It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look, can't rip off. I don't know, I think about nothing to take the turbo hung up in this sheet of this rather than with it in the cab, it's not bolted down. It wasn't even before. You have to look. There's going to be so much of a pain in the ass trying to get it out. Oh, there it goes, that place. See the light? Yeah. Doesn't worry.
Alright, we're going again. It's not charging now. Shows green.
Is it that block?
We got 30 or something. Oh, you're going.
Does it need to be plugged in? Or is it at 100?
That battery's at 100. I just charged it. Okay. So that's clear now. That'll clear itself. We're clear on this side, other than that pedal, but
It looks like it's coming.
I might order a new pedal box. Is that you or something made a noise? Oh, that's
Oh, okay. There.
Okay.
Right off that brake. Or the clutch.
Yep, cleared the turbo.
I don't see anything hanging up.
Clearing the radiator and everything else. So up we go.
And with your floor out, we're barely not going to be clearing the fucking. Yeah, we can move the truck So now, are we going to clear shit off the bed and set it on the bed?
I didn't think that far ahead.
I mean either. It's all up there, so.
Man, this thing's heavy.
And this is an awkward way to. Or are we going to bring it down? Or are we just going to leave it up there?
We can leave it up there for now. I think I'm going to call back up and we'll use 4 people to walk it out of the shop. It took 4 guys to walk that one off. And it's not a lot more complete than this one is. It's fine. Go. Go. You want her to be outside playing? Well, I think that's all we're doing for today.
You have a new bumper now.
Oil cooler getting replaced with smaller, more efficient,
Something not attached to the radiator.
something not attached to the radiator. Radiator, gonna replace it with a custom one that fits in the stock location because it's got the 2 mounts down there at the bottom.
Are you going thicker core?
These things, I guess, like a 4-core. Steering box, that'll be interesting. So that shaft's actually hollow. But that won't be able to happen until the new cab is on. This engine's gonna come out of here at some point just for a real quick, some gaskets, refresh. For sure got mud on my ass now. But yeah, get the radiator replaced with something that fits in the factory location because I want to use the stock PTO bracket. Oil cooler, that'll have to move, but there's plenty of room for that.
Nice to
Intercooler,
shut the hood too.
yeah, something that fits correctly so I can shut the hood. Intercooler, I'm thinking on this side probably, because this turbo, the Cat Deox, whatever Mercedes called it, manifold for California only will be replaced. I have a non-California manifold for the intake and exhaust. Alternator will be switched out with the Bosch unit, higher amperage, more power. Then just give it a coat of paint.
Yeah, buddy. Out riding.
I think that was an S40 Suzuki. They're like a 650 single cruiser.
New exhaust.
Get the exhaust done. Main reason the engine needs to come out is because I was servicing the throwout bearing and a couple of the balls didn't stay in the cage and fell out the bell housing into the driveway, and I could not find them. So it needs a new needs a new throwout bearing. Engine has to come out at that point. Check the clutch, see if that needs to be replaced. Expedition Imports makes a modern diaphragm style clutch with an upgraded clutch disc. Again, if it needs it, I'm not doing any crazy rock crawling, just a trail rig, something to go camping in.
Yeah, if the clutch is decent, it's going to last forever in this.
Yeah. The hardest thing on the clutch will be, you know, 6th gear on the highway, cruising at 60. Because it has to move, you know, when it's loaded 7, 8, 9,000 pounds, who knows. These without the radio box on them weigh close to 5,000 pounds. Yeah.
We're going to do anything to the transmission? We're going to just flush it?
I might not even flush it. I put AMSOIL in there and the fluid's still clean, and I took it for a good 60-mile loop, I think.
It's still.
And it's still clean. Yeah. I wouldn't mind dropping it out of the chassis and
Remounting it? Like,
not remounting it, but the chassis definitely has some rust and severe pitting on the driver's side rail. So stripping the paint off, getting that fixed.
I guess just cleaning and painting the transmission
Yeah.
would be nice too.
Just cleaning and painting it.
Anything about the linkages? Any wear and tear with the shifters?
Shifters? I'll get a new rod. Expedition Imports has those. The rest of them are pretty good. Just give them a coat of paint. These I'll probably replace
Remake
with
them.
new.
Yeah.
I'll just replace them with new. I kind of like the factory style. And then just de-rust everything else.
Hold the bed that we.
Yeah, pull our little
together.
temporary bed. It works, but you know, something full size that I can fit. Yeah, oh boy, I got spares. But I've got LEDs.
You know,
for...
there's kids in Africa that don't have headlights.
There's kids in Africa that don't have bicycles. But I got LED headlights to replace these. I'll replace all the bulbs with LEDs. Just modern, bright, efficient. Not 24 volts.
not more of a heat generator than a light generator.
Yeah. Because of the diesel engine out of the car, the system was already switched to 12 volt. I'm not going to change that. I'm not going to figure out how to put the generator back in this to make it 24 volt again.
Just to run the.
Just
headlights.
to keep it original.
Yeah.
So, thanks for watching, everybody.
What's your outro? You gotta have like a fancy like.
I'll copy to Boss Garage. If you're not filthy, you're not rich.
All right.